One of the biggest supporters of the Uyghurs have been the US. A lot of things have came out from the US. From Canada, unfortunately, it's more so Trudeau has never even mentioned the Uyghurs, for example. And whenever he does mention something like that, it's always talk. There's no action involved in it. So we do want some action with the talk as well.
I'm here in Vancouver today at the law courts, covering the extradition verdict of Huawei executive Meng Wanzhou. She was arrested at the Vancouver airport over 500 days ago at the request of American officials for bank fraud and for violating American sanctions against Iran. And today a judge ruled that she can indeed be extradited back to the United States for her alleged crimes and to face justice. And on hand today at the law courts, there were a few dozen Chinese protesters and Uyghur protesters here to stand up for Canadian values like the rule of law and to warn Canadians about how Huawei is a tool of oppression used by the Chinese government to monitor and spy on its citizens. And I asked a few of them if they think the Canadian government and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau have been doing a good job keeping Canadians safe from the insidiousness of the Chinese Communist government. Just watch.
Freedom Hong Kong! Freedom Hong Kong! Freedom for Tibet! Freedom to Tibet! Freedom for Uyghurs!
Why did you come down to protest today?
Support Canadians' extradition of Meng to US.
I am part of the Uyghur community. I don't know if you've heard of them. They are being oppressed in China. There's millions of Uyghurs in concentration camps where they are being forced to work, forced labor, organ harvesting. Everything is written on the internet. So I come here every time there's a protest. Today specifically because there's a trial happening. Obviously we want to know results and we want action from the Canadian government because they have two of our Canadians locked up as well, two of our Michaels, and they need to return them. They need to make some type of negotiation today to make that happen.
Do you think the Canadian government is doing enough to fight back against what China's doing to the world with the virus, with Hong Kong, with Huawei?
No. I don't think so.
No, not enough. Not enough. For especially for two Canadians who arrested in China because of Meng. Not strong enough.
I was so regret to vote for Justin Trudeau, by the way. I vote for him. But the things he doing right now is never be enough.
Canada is currently a bystander, in my opinion. A lot of countries are because obviously China is a very high power in the world and a lot of countries don't want to get on their bad side. One of the biggest supporters of the Uyghurs have been the US. A lot of things have came out from the US. From Canada, unfortunately, it's more so Trudeau has never even mentioned the Uyghurs, for example. And whenever he does mention something like that, it's always talk. There's no action involved in it. So we do want some action with the talk as well. I don't think he's doing enough at all.
Now, to sign our petition calling on the federal government to protect Canadians and ban Huawei, this company that the CCP uses to oppress its own people, please go to banhuawei.com. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. To help fund this last minute but very important trip out to Vancouver to tell the story of these brave Chinese and Uyghur truth tellers on the steps of the law courts, please go to helprebelnews.com. Unlike the state broadcaster, we won't repeat Chinese propaganda.